Hi, Namaste. My name is Henry Jolicoeur. A few days ago, I posted a video that I filmed in 2014 where Mr. David Godman talked about the mother of Bhagavan who came to visit him in 1899 in Pavalakandru. This is the place where Bhagavan famously said to his mother these words.
The ordainer controls the fate of souls in accordance with their past deeds. Whatever is destined not to happen will not happen, try how hard you may. Whatever is destined to happen will happen, do what you may to stop it. This is certain. The best course, therefore, is for one to be silent.
Then David gave his own explanation of what those words mean.
Now that particular translation is somewhat elliptical, somewhat obscure and very philosophical, but it encapsulates an idea that Bhagavan insisted was true throughout his whole life. This was the first time he ever articulated it, and what it is this, that every action that your body performs during your lifetime is part of a preordained script, and that script is issued to you by Ishwara. Ishwara is the personal god of Hinduism. He said that everything from the smallest activity, picking up a cup, where you go, where you live, who you meet, these are all scripts that have been issued to you, and that you have no choice about the things that you have to do in your life, the events that you have to experience. He said the one true choice that you have in your life is to understand that you are not the person inhabiting the body, that you are not the person performing the actions, that your true nature, your true identity is self. And he said if you make that choice, if you make that identity on a moment-to-moment basis, then you transcend your destiny, because destiny only belongs to the body.
After talking with some friends that saw that video, I think it's important for me to say that I completely disagree with that interpretation of David. David seemed to imply that all human beings have a script of what their life is going to be, to the point that even lifting a cup is also part of the script of every human being. I do not believe that there's a script for our life that is determined before we appear on this planet. It takes away the fundamental truth that we have freedom of choice, that every second, every minute of our life we can go right, we can go left, we can choose to meditate, to have a union with God, or we can become a sinner. The Bible gives dozens of examples that we have freedom of choice. The Hindu scriptures also have many examples that we have freedom of choice. In the Bhagavad Gita, the most famous scripture of India, Krishna tries to convince Arjuna to fight a battle. But Arjuna refused because many members of his family are in the opposite camp. And then Krishna, over many chapters, gives the reason why Arjuna should fight. And finally, he took the decision to engage in the battle of Kurukshetra. This interpretation of David seemed to take away freedom of choice. And personally, I do not believe there is such a thing as a script in minute detail of what our life can be. I believe that we have freedom of choice to be godly or to be a sinner, to choose to be with the light or choose to be with darkness, or a little bit of both. What I believe these words means is that for a jnani, a self-realized soul like Bhagavan, his destiny is totally controlled by the divine. I had such conversation with David Godman in 2014, and he said that the difference between a regular human being and a self-realized human being is that the divine has taken total control of the jnani, the self-realized soul. I think here that Bhagavan is talking about his own experience. Bhagavan is a rare human being who became completely enlightened at the age of 16-year-old. And he has said several times that this enlightenment has come because he did spiritual sadhana in his past life. For me, he basically said to his mother, I'm totally under the control of the divine Ishvara. What must happen will happen, and what will not happen will not happen. And he said, for him, it's better to remain silent and let God, let Ishvara guide him for the rest of his life. I talked to a few of my friends that saw this video, and they were confused. They said, Henry, don't we have a freedom of choice, or we are part of a script? So this is why I am making this video, because I believe deeply in my heart that we have freedom of choice every second, every minute of our life. Would Ishvara make a script where hundreds of thousands of people died in Hiroshima, where 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust? I don't think so. I think that one evil human being like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, and many others have the power to influence negatively millions of people. I would like to have your opinion. please respond in the comments below this video. Thank you very much. Namaste.